dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and hand. Keep up.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're out. No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But and she did mention, but I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. No, I wouldn't go that far. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that...
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows... We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside of Natland, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natland, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can... Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something...
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just, focus on how we can pull this off.
You mean you're...
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to... In other words, the order is an affirmation of my ability.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone... I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that we need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Lali at the Masters of the Nightwind.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her Spirit Speaker Stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and...
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And...
Well, yeah, at the cost of her spirit.
Great going, Mawika. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you.
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the statue of the...
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
I'm sorry to... Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
Seat
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
Huh. Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lally could be the first one to notice Auroran's disappearance if...
Oh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroran and the captain's whereabouts?
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the spirit speakers.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Seat Lally can meet at the stadium in... Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Keep up.
Shilonen, let's ask her how things have been going.
One with the forest.
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. Lolly did not reply to our request, although I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night Wind often struggle to work with her. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work some...
That's true. Let's go.
And Shroud!
Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't a subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even... If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag.
Huh? Lolly.
Wait, you're Lolly? You're...
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley. Not you must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl— Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay.
Did I forget to mention? She's... It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that... Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really?
It was my idea to invite you here, Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply but... It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Anyway, that's the whole story.
What's with... Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
When the Masters of the Night Wind said they struggled dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring a weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero. Huh? Don't move.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the Lord of the entire night.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But no, just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is current, but I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Auroron.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and— I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place. He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who— In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we— I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me.
You can count on it.
All right, then let's start by heading to—
Keep up.
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get... I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. However...
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name?
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house. Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail?
Oh, right. I forgot. Here, give me your... Huh? How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon!
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon...
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seemed... When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, but is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns, but given the... Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be.
Huh? Was that? See, Lolly's...
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some help. Oh? They appear to be feeling quite
Keep up.
like there's a new camp over there. Yeah?
Wait. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here.
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So, we've got to find... leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have... no. I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well.
Keep up.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is... I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some...
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle, judging from what's left on the scene. There must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, we should split up as well. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one. Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's...
And Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but so you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world.
Keep up.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? So we can't tell where Aurora... That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right?
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up, and given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for...
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person. I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to...
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly...
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground?
See, Lolly! He froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground!
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry, we can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help, but...
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to,
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need any... In any case, let's take a bit more... Need?
Feeling better yet, traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that...
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind. But if you want to make it up to me... Look over there.
Huh? Paimon thinks she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun. Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light.
Huh?
Wow. I'm...
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? On my count. Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against!
There is no escape!
One with the forest. I'll uproot you!
Illusion shattered!
Everyone hold hands!
Can this be?
Can't see? Yeah.
My duty. At an end.
Yeah. One with the forest. I hear everything.
Prepare yourself.
There is no escape!
Hey! I see everything! The Temple of Wisdom! Time to shine!
Shine down!
And Shroud! Let's nip that in the bud. Yeah. One with the forest.
May I present... Everyone hold hands! Hey!
And Shroud! I hear everything.
That seemed to work. Finally. So quiet.
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone...
And greetings to you too. Gramps?
What did you just call him?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be...
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that! There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just...
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age. Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid?
Be wary of bees prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and...
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But you won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find...
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. They didn't...
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay. Now answer me honestly. Were you the one who...
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured...
Hey! I'm I'm no ordinary granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wand. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality.
I'm sorry.
We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well? Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face...
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.